We're back to attack. I remember to say it. It's a back day. And we're back to attack. Oh, bro, I feel like I don't know, it's weird. I feel like I got sores all over my tongue. I know I'm acting all hyped up. I'm feeling good. It's a good Monday. Started the day off. Woke up. You know what I think the main thing was? Just waking up 30 minutes earlier helps me start the day off not rushing. I think I'm just having a good day because of that. But it's a good sign, man. We have a back day. Yesterday was fucked. As far as like mentality goes, I'm still kind of feeling like super tight, but we know why now. I did do a weigh-in this morning, and by God, all right. So here's the thing. I know yesterday we ended off the vlog on a really like not bad point, but I was frustrated, right? It was because I did that cheat meal, and I was in my head. I was sitting there going like, was that a good idea? I don't know. Maybe I just did that because, I definitely did, by the way, but maybe I was just doing that because, like, even though that was a good excuse, having that refeed day to see where my weight would sit at, I just did it. The only real reason I did it was because I wanted to eat, right? And that's still true, but I'm glad now that I weighed myself, I'm glad I did because I needed this data, dude. That's what was bugging me, is because I didn't know how the data was going to sit. I didn't understand like how it was going to fit my body. Because if you guys remember, I was 215.8 last Thursday. Today's Monday. 3 days later, we had that cheat meal. We'll go ahead and say it was a cheat meal because I ate like maybe like 5,000 calories that day. I weighed 222.2 this morning. Literally like 4.5 pounds heavier, 4 pounds heavier. Yeah, 4 pounds heavier. What the fuck, dude? No wonder, like, I'm feeling so, yesterday I was feeling so just like blah and heavy. It makes sense. And that's what I was expecting to feel from the beginning of the cut. So now I'm back to thinking like, shit, 3,500 is still too low. Like, dude, I don't know what to think. So this is why doing a bulk like this for me is extremely important, because I've been through the cutting stuff. I've got to get through my head, because here's the thing. I know a big problem I'm having right now is because I've been cutting ever since I started the Fitness Dirty 10 years ago. I mean, I've bulked for like a month or two at a time, but never for 4 or 5 months like we're about to do. So this is going to be like, as a trainer, a really good like learning curve for me to like learn more about a different aspect of fitness. You know what I mean? So it's something I really need to be doing as a personal trainer, as someone who's, dedicated their life towards fitness. It's something I need to just experience. So I think me getting out of my own head about cutting and getting all caught up with like, because if you guys remember watching me like fucking flex out yesterday, I was sitting there going like, I feel fat. Like, I think everyone feels fat when they're bulking. I think that just comes with bulking, dude. But I don't know. It's definitely something that is going to be a hard mental battle for me, is getting through that like sticking point, because I have to like eat enough to be able to build that muscle. You know what I mean? So this is really going to be a good like experience, and again, I'm vlogging this whole thing, so it's going to be really good to reflect back on, for future stuff, and just see how my body is affected through like all these different calories. And so right now, again, we're going to stick to 3,500 like the game plan was. On Wednesday, we're going to do another weigh out and just see what's going on. I'm not going to change any calories until Friday. So 3,500 throughout the week. I want to see how, now that we have that baseline of really fed at 222 pounds, I want to see what that does with the 3,500 calorie diet throughout the week, right? If I'm still technically in a caloric deficit, I should be back down to 220 or lower by Friday, if the math's right? And again, this is just what the math is saying, right? It's one of those things. It's like theories, right? It can be good in theory, but we have to like test that theory. You know what I mean? And so that's what we're doing. So that's the game plan. Is just see what happens on these 3,500 calories, drinking plenty of water. I've got to be better about the water this week. That's something I've been, this is like I think it's just from eating more food. It's hard to get it in, but I can get that water in. Trust me. It's not going to be a problem. It's just, I got to focus on it a little bit more. But anyways, I'm talking fast. We got back today, specifically focused on those traps, baby. You know how it is, and the rhomboids. So we're actually going to be starting the workout off with face pulls, cable face pulls. Actually, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I'm not going to do it the Sam Sulek way. The way he does it, if you guys haven't seen, it's a really good way. Might do it next time, but he does it laying down. I do want to do it standing up the day, just because core stability is something I'm working on as well. So we're going to get that in, and then maybe next time I'll go ahead and do it the Sam Sulek way. I call it the Sam Sulek way because he's the only guy I can really think of that I've seen do that. But it's a good solid way. I do want to go ahead and get those in at some point, but we'll get those in. Probably some cable rows, seated cable rows, that is, with a V-bar. Again, the focus on those traps. That's, again, where most of what we're trying to build is. Probably hit some kind of shrug variation. And then I don't know. We'll figure something out. I don't want to hit the lats too hard, but I do want to go ahead and make sure we're getting them hit. So maybe we might go ahead and do some, like, at the end of the workout, some single arm lat pullovers. Not a bad idea. And then, of course, get some abs in. So we got a whole list of stuff we got to do, and we've already started the video off in like 6 minutes, so we got to get going. But we'll get warmed up, get inside, and get after it.
All right, we're just going to go ahead and start off with these face pulls. I'm not going to do a ton of these because I don't want to wear myself out doing face pulls, but I do want to go ahead and go over them. And just help kind of explain why they're important. Mainly, this is a shoulder exercise, right? Like a rear deltoid exercise. I'm doing them today because typically, you know, rear delts are one of those muscles that you can hit it on like a back day or a shoulder day, a push or a pull day. And with this one specifically, when it comes down to this exercise specifically for your rear delts, it's going to hit a lot of those back muscles that I want to hit. So that's why we're throwing it in on a back day. So it's going to hit the rhomboids, and it's going to hit the traps, which they are different muscles, guys. We'll go over those here in a minute when we start doing these cable rows. I had to think about that term for a second. But they play a big part into getting that width I'm trying to go for. So, and honestly, posture in general. So again, we'll go over it, but these we're not going super heavy with either, because again, if I go too heavy, I'm gonna have to lean back more, and that's when laying down and doing them like on a bench actually is very useful. But for right now, I'm just really trying to get used to using my rhomboids. So again, I guess I can go over it now, but your rhomboids are what squeeze these shoulder blades together. Really, they kind of go in conjunction with your traps. In fact, your middle traps are actually getting hit with these too. But it's just making sure that you're really squeezing your shoulder blades back when you're doing these, right? And also making sure you're not just low rowing it down, because otherwise it's going to be your traps working, not your rear deltoids. But I do like to get these in because, like I said, the front deltoids get more than enough work in. And then I'm really not worried about the side. The shoulder, really, in general, I'm not really worried about. It's just I wanted to go ahead and knock these out today because I don't do these often. And they're kind of, you know, hitting all the areas I want to still hit. But at the same time, I'm not going to do 10 sets of this shit. So we'll get 2 more sets of these in. That was set number 4. And then we'll do like 10 sets of the cable rows. These aren't too bad. We'll go ahead and knock these out pretty quick. Rest periods are really, for at least this week, I think, too, going to be a little bit lower. Mainly just because we got so many sets we got to get in. As we go through the bulk, we'll kind of increase rest a little bit, because there's going to be a period where we focus a little bit more on strength, you know? So we're going to go high volume, kind of going into strength around month like 2 or 3, then going into back into high volume towards that cut again. I think it's going to be the move. I definitely want to get like a strength building period where I'm not really just focusing all of my energy on hypertrophy, because the strength will help me, you know, with the hypertrophy once we go back to high volume. I hope that makes sense. It'll make more sense once we're doing it. But like I said, a lot of experimentation during this bulk, dude. 8. Come on. Whew, a little bit too much weight, honestly. We'll bump it down like 10 pounds. I will say I do feel better too from yesterday. Mainly probably because I got back on my fucking shit as far as the food goes or calories go, but more water too. I probably definitely got more closer to 1.5 gallons yesterday. With all that food, man, I definitely need it. I don't know how. I remember listening to that Sam. I don't know why we're on Sam Sulek today. It's been popping back up in my feed. I intentionally, by the way, guys, since I've started doing the vlogs, I don't watch them as much because I know you guys think I'm like copy. I literally don't watch his stuff anymore because I don't want to actually accidentally copy his shit for that reason. But where was I going with this? Oh, I do see these clips on TikTok everywhere because you just can't avoid it. But talking about how he drinks, I don't know how much water he drinks, dude, but I do not know. Listen, I do know. That dude's blood pressure is crazy, right? I don't know what he's doing. It's definitely not safe. Like, obviously he's on gear. I'm not on that. It's not that at all. It's the water intake more than anything is what gets me. Because, dude, he said when he does cardio on a relatively... Listen, dude, when I'm doing cardio, what I'm getting at is his cardiovascular is definitely questionable. Because I remember him talking about him doing morning cardio, and he was getting his BPM up to like 160, and all he's doing is playing games on his phone. Dude, to get my BPMs up to even 130, like I have to be focused, going hard, going really hard. Like that would have to mean his blood pressure has to be, something's off. Like he is not drinking enough water. So yeah, I mean, electrolytes are, I remember, because the clip I watched, he was talking about, like, you need electrolytes too, you don't need to be just chugging water, but that dude also needs to be chugging water. Like, I think that was because again, he's young, I think that was, on his part, some bad advice he gave. Just saying. But, again, I love the dude. I respect everything he's doing right now. Genuinely. But that's my take on that, I figure what at the very least I can do is give my 2 cents from a personal trainer's perspective who is actually certified to be talking about this stuff, and again, the results speak louder for words, obviously. I cannot doubt that, but I do think that he is going to be having some issues down the road with his heart, no doubt, which is concerning, but it's his own journey. I'm not going to blame him for it. Anyways, let's get off the topic of him. Let's do some of these rows. All right. So, we're at home now. This is, it's hard to explain. I just canceled my membership at Anytime Fitness. So, let me go ahead and give you guys a story time. It's been about an hour since I last turned you guys on. As soon as I turned you guys off last, I went to go use the bathroom. I was getting ready to get set up for the cable machine. I came back, and the new manager of this Anytime Fitness was just standing like this. He's kind of standing there. And I was just like, all right, I'm going to walk over, get a band, because I didn't know what he was doing. I thought he was maybe just sitting there looking around. I didn't know what he was doing. I was going to get ready to get you guys set back up. And then I came back up there. I was like, are you using that, dude? And he was like, is this your tripod? And he said something about like, he said, can you take it down with something to do with insurance? It's some bullshit thing. Wherever the case, I can no longer record in there. I mean, I guess technically I could, but how the hell am I going to record anything without a tripod? It doesn't make any sense. They use tripods in there to record their own stuff. It didn't make any sense. So I canceled my membership. Nothing against them. I don't know if it's a new management thing. I don't know if it's a corporate thing. Whatever the case may be, they may be doing their job, but they're interfering with me doing mine. I canceled my membership. Nothing against them. I love a lot of the people that work up there. But I told you guys, it's been a long time coming. I've been saying this since like almost the beginning of us vlogging. We needed to move gyms. This is why. It's just, almost in my face. Almost with any kind of corporate gym setting, it can be like that. You never know what to expect. But I'm not mad. Like I said, it's nothing against those guys. That new manager, I don't know who he is. My brother works up there. He didn't know much about him either. He's a brand new guy to all of them. But he didn't seem like he liked me. So I don't know what his case was. He definitely kind of gave me some weird attitude. But whatever. It is what it is. We'll be going to a new gym here soon. Until then, I guess we're going to be doing some home gym workouts, which is fine. Tomorrow is arm day. We can easily get a good arm workout at the home gym. We've done it before. And then, I don't know. There's a few gyms I have kind of in my head. Maybe we'll shop around a little bit. I've got a few people just recommending me a bunch of stuff here and there. I'm just trying to figure out which gym would be the best to record in as far as, you know, not getting on anyone's nerves too bad, but I guess it may have to come down to me just getting a few different gym memberships and just bouncing around, so I don't get on anyone's nerves too bad. Because you guys know, I was going to that gym like every day, twice a day. So I'm sure they were kind of like, hey, this dude's like up here all the time. That's probably what it probably was. Is I was in there all the time and recording, and I don't know. Maybe I wrote something the wrong way. Whatever reason he gave me was bullshit. It said something to do with insurance and the tripod, and that the insurance doesn't cover a tripod being. That doesn't make any. I've worked in the gym. I've never heard anything like that in the past 6 years. I did work in a gym. That didn't make any sense to me, especially when their trainers are using those. I've seen them using them. Like, what is he trying? Anyways, I don't know what he was trying to say. What we're doing now, we're finishing up the workout. I've been in here doing some bent over rows because that's all I can really do right now. I've also got a call at 4 o'clock. So it's going to be a lighter back day, which is fine. We just made the switch to where we're not taking any technical rest days. So this just being like a lower impact day can be completely fine. We'll just need to make sure next back day needs to be pretty intense, which, hey, we'll have some new equipment. It's really fun. I've been waiting. You guys know, I've been waiting for something like that to happen for a minute. So I knew exactly how I was going to react. Immediately cancel the membership because I'm not going to not record in the gym. That's like what I do for a living. Even if I have to just continuously keep building and adding on to the home gym because no other gym will take me. If that's the case, that's just going to have to be the case. I'm never going to not record because that means I can't get information out to you guys. Not going to happen. I do eventually, because of stuff like this, definitely the goal to own my own gym one day is definitely a little bit more pumped up. So, hey, more motivated. Can't hate on that. So, hey, maybe here down the road, 5 years down the road, you see the first Chigel gym. Definitely going to be a private gym because fuck that public stuff. Anyways, we're going to wrap it up. It's like, I think we're going to do 3 sets of 12. I really don't have a lot more time. It took a lot of my time out. But it is what it is. Again, I was having such a good day, too. You guys saw I was in such a good mood. So, I mean, I'm not necessarily in a bad mood either. I'm a little annoyed. But, I mean, what are you going to do? I don't even know how many I did there. This is like my 7th set, by the way. 7th or 8th. I can't remember. So, again, it's going to be one of those days where we just got a little bit in, which is fine. It was definitely just a day where we weren't expecting. But I did. What sucks, here's what sucks. I didn't think about this till literally just before I turned y'all on. Here's what sucks. How the fuck am I supposed to get morning cardio in tomorrow? Like, I was sitting there going like, shit, dude. Because I did get my morning cardio in this morning. I even got some tanning in. So I don't have a tanning bed either now. So fuck. I don't know. So I'll have to figure something out. It's not going to be a big deal. There are plenty of gyms that I could go to. I could go back to the one I used to work at. That's under new management now too. I don't know. A few different, I think we might shop around a little bit before I just go get settled in stone. See which vibe is the vibiest, you know what I mean? But yeah, I guess tomorrow, literally, I mean, I'm not going to skip morning cardio. It's raining right now. If it's fucking raining tomorrow morning, I'm going to go running in it. Like, it's not about me wanting to do it. It's about, hey, I'm doing it. Like, that's part of the agenda. Hopefully I don't get sick. I'll be taking my magnesium. Boost that, or not magnesium, zinc. Magnesium too. Boost that immune system. Immune system. All right. I can't even, it's so dark in here. That lamp's out, by the way. You guys are wondering why I don't turn that on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Ooh, that was actually a pretty damn good set. I felt that really good. Woo! But anyways, man, this is all the workout's going to be. I don't guess we'll have a pose out or anything. I don't have time. I took up a good amount of the vlog, but it's too good not to finish the vlog out. Like, and I only got one exercise in. Like, we still had to get some back in. So, I guess the back workout for today was 6 sets of fucking face pulls. And like, I think 10 sets of bent over rows, and I did superset some of those bent over rows with some shrugs. So Just trying to get what I can in. But whatever, it is what it is. Yeah, I don't know, man. There's a few different gyms here. One of them's actually more of a bodybuilding-esque gym. I just don't know how cool they'll be with me recording in there. That's the only thing. So again, I just kind of have to, I know people are going to be in there recording, but seeing me in there every day recording, we'll just have to test the waters and just see, you won't know until you start doing that stuff. But I don't know, I'm sure they won't really care that much. Again, it was really stupid of them I don't think that manager knew exactly what he was doing. Because I give him so much business. Obviously it gets people going to Anytime Fitness. I've had so many of my clients go there. I don't think that guy knew who I was. I don't know. I don't know what he was thinking. That was stupid. That was a stupid move. Because I give him business. It's not like I'm taking anything away from him. I actually refer clients that I don't want to work with that actually may need in-person training to them. So I don't know what he was doing. I don't understand the logic. I genuinely think he just didn't like me ever since he started coming in. I don't know. Not to go knock on the guy or anything, because again, I know people are just doing their jobs, but that just didn't make any sense. That didn't make a lick of sense. Again, the only reason I'm so what the fuck about it, it's just annoyed. But it's just that they do it too. I literally, I'm not going to get into it because I don't want you guys creeping on people's pages. But if they have a Instagram page where they record themselves working out too, they do exactly what I do. I don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense. But I don't know. I think the best route, I'm just trying to think of what my best route of action would be next. Do I want to invest more into the home gym? Do I want to... You guys let me know in the comments, by the way. I would love some input on this. Do I want to go getting different memberships, different places? Which wouldn't be a bad idea because I'd have more access to different equipment. There's so many options now. I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do next, and I really don't have a lot of time to figure out the plan because I need a gym. This is only so much. The only other option I have is to buy more stuff for here, which would be a tax deduction. There's so many things that go into this. It's a confusing thing. I know. It's complex. We'll have to figure it out. But it's exciting at the same because it's finally time for some change. Oh, it goes right. It's honestly at the perfect time, right when we're at the beginning of the bulk. Change of scenery, different mindset. It's annoying but exciting, Let's get this last set in and then we'll wrap it up. It's such a shame, though. I was feeling so good and energetic. I was like, this is going to be a good lift today. Then he came and was like, hey, he did it with a smile, too. He said, hey, can you take that down? And I was like, all right, why are you customer voicing me right now, dude? I hate that I'm bitching him out. Because again, I don't know what was going through the dude's head. I don't know what the circumstances are. From my perspective, he didn't seem to like me very much. But I don't know. I never know. I'm not going to knock on. I don't know what was going through his head. Maybe he's got a resting bitch face. One. Oh. Ooh. That one kind of wore me out a little bit. All right. Well, I'm going to try and get that out of my head. Again, I'm not super pissed off about it because, again, you guys know, I've been wanting to kind of leave that gym for a minute now. It's just, it's just annoying. So we'll figure it out. Just kind of take it one step at a time. And, who knows? It'll be a new phase, a new era for sure. But I don't know. I'll let you guys know more tomorrow when I get more figured out. But again, we'll probably do a workout here for the arm day. Probably have to end up going out for a run tomorrow morning for the morning cardio, but gotta do what you gotta do. Whew. Anyways, I'm gonna stretch out, get some food, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Peace!